Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming my everyday makeup routine. This is... that was actually good. This is literally how I do my makeup on... I don't want to say literally, I don't want to be that girl. Hold on. If I'm ever not sure... If I'm not sure what I want to do with my makeup, if I'm not feeling the creative juices flowing, or if I'm just pressed for time, this is how I'll do my makeup. I can get it done in like 20 minutes flat, so... That's awful. Okay. Just watch the video. Alright, so I'm just going to start by clipping my bangs out of my face. I'm pushing my hair back. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Light Primer. It's the one that blurs out all of your pores. And I just put this right on the center of my face where my pores are the worst, like right in here. And then on my chin. And the rest I just throw on my forehead. So for foundation, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation. This is a new one for me. I just tried it about 2 weeks ago. But I've been wearing it almost every day since, and I really, really do love it. It looks a little light when I first apply it, but I promise you, like, when everything's on and when I bronze on my skin, it'll look fine. I mainly just love that this foundation has really great coverage, but at the same time, it doesn't look like a crazy amount. And since it's cream, it's very blendable into the skin. I feel like a beauty blender is the best way to apply this, because obviously since it's damp and this foundation's a little bit thick, it blends it out better and helps it sink into your skin better than a brush would, because a brush is just going to kind of move the product around on your face and not really spread it out evenly. So one, you're going to be using more product, and two, it's going to be looking a little more cakey. Okay, so now the foundation's on, I'm just going to go in with under eye concealer now. I'm going to start off using the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is the yellow correcting tone. And I was a little bit skeptical about these concealers when I first saw them. I'm not really into color correcting. I didn't necessarily believe in it. But the yellow one honestly really does make my under eyes look very bright, and I do look much more awake. And I top it off with a different concealer in the end that matches my skin tone, just so it doesn't look so yellow underneath my eyes. So I feel like when you put this under a different concealer, it really just counteracts all of that darkness. This is perfect for those mornings where you feel like you just don't look awake, you didn't get enough sleep, your under eyes are a little dark. Just put some of this on underneath your concealer and you'll feel like a new woman. Again, I'm just blending this out with my beauty blender. Anything, honestly, that goes on my skin that's a cream, I always blend out with the beauty blender. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but I feel like my under eyes look much more bright now, and I feel like all of this darkness is completely gone. And there is a little bit of a tint of a yellow, so I don't put that on just by itself. I like to put something on top of it. And I'm going to use the Too Faced Born This Way concealer for this. And this concealer is really amazing. Even on its own, I really like it. The coverage is great. And I'm using a color that's identical to my skin tone, just because I don't want any more brightness going underneath there. I don't want to look crazy like white underneath my eyes and, you know, everywhere else different. So this kind of evens everything out. I'm just going to put a little bit on my forehead. Okay, let's be real, a lot. And again, just going in and blending all of this out. I'll take a little bit of that concealer and just put it on my eyelids to act as a primer for my eyeshadow, because I don't apply a separate eyeshadow primer. So now that all my liquid products are on my face, I want to set them so that they don't move anywhere while I'm doing the rest of my makeup. And for this, I use the MAC Studio Fix Powder. I'm in the shade NC20, and this is technically a foundation, so I'm just applying a really light layer of it, just enough to give me that added oomph for coverage, but also it'll set all of my products in place. And I really focus this on my under eyes as well, because that's where I find I get the most creasing. So for my eyebrows, I kind of use a lot of products, but I am very serious on my eyebrow game. It needs to be strong and on point at all times. So if you would like to see a separate video on how I do my eyebrows, I can do that because I'm not going to go so in depth in this one because it'll probably be like forever. So I can do a separate whole video on that. So I'm going to start off with the Anastasia Brow Definer. This I use on basically starting from the inner like 3/4 of my brow, and I bring this all the way through my brow. And I just do light strokes so that it kind of looks like it's my natural hair and not a, you know, a pencil. So I put that all through down here, and then I'll brush them out. And then for the inner parts of my eyebrow, I use the Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. The brow definer I use in chocolate, and the dip brow I use in medium brown. Chocolate's a little bit darker so that the outer portion of my eyebrow can be, you know, the more defined part, and then I can like kind of fade, get that fade going with the Dip Brow Pomade. So I'm gonna go do that, and I will be right back with eyebrows on. Alright, so now that I feel like a human again and I have eyebrows on, I'm now going to move on to the eyeshadow portion of this tutorial. This is probably the easiest part of this tutorial, but it's also the most important part in my opinion, because this is like my go-to eyeshadow look. I feel like a base and everything else like you can play around with and do whatever. For my eyeshadow, I always do some kind of a bronzy eye look, and lately I've really been obsessed with this Makeup Forever eyeshadow. As you can tell, I have definitely hit pan on this. But I've been using it for a really long time. These come in really big pans. They're a little bit expensive, but I think they're so worth it. They're really pigmented, really creamy, really easy to work with. So I'm not quite sure of this name, but I'll try to find it and maybe put it in the description box. But it's a bronzy brown. It's really similar in my opinion to MAC Woodwinked, which used to be my obsession before this eyeshadow. But I've been really into this one lately. So literally this eyeshadow look is just this eyeshadow. That's why it's so great. It's a little bit shimmery, but I don't mind blending it into my crease because it's not so sparkly that it's the first thing you notice. So what I do is I take a flat shadow brush and I just get some of the product on there and start by just applying this to my lid. Not too crazy high up, but just to this part of the crease. So that's a rough idea of what it's going to look like. So I have everything mapped out, and that's about as far as I want it to go, because when I blend it, it's going to go a little higher up. So now I have the idea of the eyeshadow mapped out on both of my eyes. I'm just going to take a fluffy eyeshadow blending brush. This one's from Morphe. And without any extra added product, I'm just going to blend out that harsh line. Alright you guys, and that is how simple this eyeshadow look is. I just blended that out without any extra added product, and I'm pretty happy with it. So that's all I'm going to do for my eyeshadow, and that is all I do on a day-to-day basis. I'm just going to take this eyeliner from MAC in the shade Costa Riche, and I'm just going to put this in the inner waterline and tightline with it. I love the idea of not always using a black eyeliner on the waterline because sometimes it can look a little bit harsh. Alright, so now I'm just going to curl my eyelashes and apply some mascara. I use the Lancome Hypnose mascara. I religiously use this mascara. I used to solely only use drugstore mascaras, and I still really do love the L'Oreal Voluminous. But honestly, ever since using this, nothing has compared. I always get asked if my eyelashes are fake whenever I wear this mascara, and it's only when I wear this one, so I notice that it definitely makes a big difference. Now I'm just going to go back in with this bronzy color with the fluffy brush I used to blend it out in the crease, and I'm just going to tap it. Just get some, just the tip, and I'm just going to run this underneath my eyes a little bit. Now I'm just going to apply some of the mascara onto my lower lashes, and I'll be right back. We're in the home stretch, guys. So now I'm going to take my bronzer. I use the MAC Give Me Sun, and I just use this Morphe brush. It's a little bit tapered, if you can tell. And I'm just going to bronze up my skin. I'm not so much into contouring lately. I'm more into just having nice defined bronzed cheeks. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of this onto my temples. Make that forehead look a little smaller. For blush, I'm using the Becca Flower Child blush. I just recently hit pan on this one, which is how you can tell it's a favorite. If you ever feel like you apply too much blush, like me on a daily basis, just take your beauty blender and just blend all that in. So now onto highlighter. I can't not use Champagne Pop from Jaclyn Hill. I clearly love this one. So I'm just taking a little bit, I use this Real Techniques contour brush, and I'm just Now on to the other side. I'm just gonna take a little bit more on my brush and I'm going to highlight the tip of my nose, my Cupid's bow. I'm just going to slightly take a little bit on the tops of my eyebrows. Whenever I do this, I instantly regret it like an hour later because I look so greasy. But for like that, like good 30 minutes when I first apply it, I'm really feeling myself. And last but not least, I'm using the Urban Decay Native lipstick. This is amazing. These are the cream ones. I think they're new. I just got it at Ulta the other day and I'm obsessed. So I'm just gonna apply this. It's a really nice nudie pink color. You guys, and that is my finished everyday makeup look. If you liked this video, please let me know. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos. My next one going up is probably going to be a monthly favorites. So yeah, subscribe if you want to see that, and I will see you in the next one. Bye! Thank you! This is the photo finish light, and this is, a lot. This is the photo... This is like licking my lips before everything I say. This is the... Okay, I'm gonna knock it out on this one. You ready? Out of the park. Let's go. Get it. Alright. Why do I have an accent? Okay, let me just... Literally my lips are gonna be so chapped by the end of this video. I feel like I just get gradually more uncomfortable if I'm ever not sure. Cute.